sign reading. Here in part 2, we're looking at masculine and feminine energy, how they relate to each other, and here you can also find crystal recommendations. If you haven't seen part 1, don't forget to check that out. Part 1 of the sign reading is a general sign reading, which is also timeless, very similar to my check-in readings. Hope you guys enjoy both of them, and I'll see you guys soon. We're going to go ahead and do the masculine, feminine. I'm actually going to leave these here because they might connect. So I'm just going to leave this here. That's something that's been happening in my readings a lot lately, like connecting all the dots. I might come up with a different camera setup too to accommodate that. I don't know. We'll think about that. Okay. So for feminine, we'll be doing the Isis Oracle. What about masculine? It's a good masculine oracle. Ooh, masculines. I'm having trouble picking an oracle deck for you. Let me sit on this for a second. Okay. They just said go into the feminine. So we'll go right into the feminine. It'll probably make sense to what to choose the masculine after we get into it. So going into the second spread, if I can open the box. Okay. Okay, any messages for Aries feminine energy? Any messages for the Aries feminine, please? Aries feminine energy. I'm getting a very like royal regal sort of feel here. Someone really, really likes their like, how do I say this? It's almost like super fancy clothes. I'm just getting fashion. It almost feels very Leo to me. Some of you guys could have Leo in your chart or be dealing with a Leo. But yeah, I'm getting a lot of Leo energy with this, actually, with this Aries feminine energy. Royal, regal, showy, yeah. And definitely something about clothes. I don't know why that keeps coming up. Some of you guys might be changing your image. That's interesting. Some of you guys might be going through a little bit of like a makeover phase or changing your wardrobe or your looks. Something about change of image is happening here. Some of you, it's also just like an up-leveling your status. It's kind of cool. Now this deck, the Isis Oracle deck, I'm still pretty new with it. So I might end up reading from the book, but we'll see. We shall see. I am an intuitive reader at the end of the day. Any messages for Aries feminine, please? For Aries. Oh, wow. Oh, man. Oh, we're going there. Enter the Chamber of Healing. Healing in the Divine Chamber of Lady Isis and Divine Sisterhood. I know exactly what this is about. Oh, community of the spiritual sisters and brothers of the light. So yeah, wow. So entering the Chamber of Healing with Divine Sisterhood, this is healing feminine and feminine dynamics. Some of you might be actually leading, being a little bit more of like the initiator in this, whether this is like your own personal clique or then your family or your own patterns when it comes to your feminine energy to other feminine energies. There's also something that's been coming up with feminine energy in general that I've been getting downloads about for the last couple months. Wow. Wow. No wonder I was getting this very regal, showy energy, because it's like, I do feel a little bit of a leader here. Like I do feel a little bit of like I will take the lead to deal with my own patterns on this and to have more female energies in my life, to have healthy feminine sisterhoods. That's literally what Divine Sisterhood is about. It's about bringing sisterhoods together. And there needs to be some sort of lead in that energy. With entering the Chamber of Healing, again, also exactly how it sounds, healing whatever needs to be healed in order to bring that together. Wow. So again, whether this is within your own family, your clique, whatever. Bless you. Yeah. Again, you might be initiating this, but I also am getting with that like very like showy energy that might be something that needs to be healed here very specifically, of how feminine to feminine dynamics, there is a lot of showing up, like showing up against the other. That competitive energy of like, of alpha female. I'm getting alpha female vibes with this. So some of you guys might have wounding around being alpha female or dealing with alpha females, or what that role has been versus what it needs to transform into in a healthy way for divine sisterhood to happen. Okay. Okay, we're not done. Oh, making me nervous. Any other messages for my Aries females? Oh man, Lady of the Stars, Priestess of Sirius. I like that this card is out here. This is basically an extra hand. This is helping hand of the divine, helping hand of that very high frequency divine feminine energy coming in here, whether it is your higher self or you're getting outside help from your guides, or otherwise. So this is just a divine assist, which I like seeing. This divine names of power. This is one I haven't seen before, so I think I'm going to read it. But we have chartreuse. I feel a blessing ritual with that, actually. Divine names of power. I'm getting heavy ritual vibes. Hold on, just making space. Yeah, heavy ritual vibes with this. Some of you guys might need to be getting a little bit more cemented in your spiritual practice. Some of you might even, in that alpha female energy, might be actually getting ready for a little bit of like a matriarchal sort of role, or even like a high priestess sort of role for those where that applies. It definitely feels like elevation, but also elevation of your own spiritual practice. That's what I'm getting with that. I'm going to pull more cards, but I still might read chartreuse to see if we can get anything else. Oh, well, that's it. And on the bottom, we have the Dark Mysteries, Enter the Chamber of the Dark Goddess. So I'm not surprised that this is out here either. This is a facilitator of doing some shadow work, which again, I was getting a little bit of that, like dealing with this, with any woundings that you guys have on feminine to feminine dynamics in order to have healthy sisterhoods, which, let's be real, kind of lacking, right? Kind of lacking a little bit in the world. I think that's going to be really big for 2021, to be honest with you. That understanding and dynamic of like female groups in a healthy way is going to be really highlighted, especially as masculine energy is getting really cemented in this, like, providing support for space for that to happen. Because let's be real, that really can't happen unless masculine energy is supporting that. Just like feminine energy supporting masculine energy, getting a little bit more evolved, right? Anyway, so coming back to this, facilitator of shadow work coming in here. God, I really want to show you guys the cards. It's kind of bothering me that I can't right now. I think I am going to work on that. I don't know. We'll see. I say these things and then, I get busy. But I'd like to. Okay. Now that's the feminine aspect. I will read chartreuse since that was like, we didn't get any more cards really. Chartreuse. Okay. I'm just going to read it out loud to you. Divine names of power. Lady Isis initiates you now into her special mysteries, the use of sacred intonations. The words that you speak are rapidly gaining power. To benefit from this power rather than be undermined or held back by it, practice thoughtful speech and clear your heart of old unforgiveness, which can poison your words unintentionally. As your heart grows in purity, you will be able to speak with spiritual authority, and what you speak of will come into being more swiftly and obviously. Isis is initiating you as a master healer in her sacred tradition of divine names of power. There's a longer description here, but we don't got the time. But I like that. So this is about this card. Words. This card also speaks of manifestation through words. And I have done a Bomispirit episode on that. I don't remember if it was an uncut episode, which is on Patreon, or the regular, which is here on YouTube. But I definitely have done a video on that. How do I say this? Just briefly. When we speak words, we're weaving reality, right? Energy is backing everything, including words. And so the energy that comes out of the words you speak is already part of your thought forms also is adding energy into the environment that you're in and adding to whatever reality you are walking through. It also reaffirms thought forms as well when we keep repeating shit over and over and over, like it's our personal program. Whether they're positive or whether they're negative. Again, positive, negative, right? Whether they're positive or negative. But again, I also feel a lot of ritual with this. So some of you guys might actually be working on affirmations that might also really help you here to be better about how you speak. Some of you guys that could tie into your own wounding from feminine to feminine energies on how you speak to them, or how they've also spoken to you and your response into that. Because there's a lot of healing when it comes to feminine and feminine dynamics for feminine Aries energy here. And there is some shadow work that needs to be done in the process of that. Okay? Oh, specifically how it relates to alpha females. Specifically. Okay. Masculines. Hi, masculines. How are you? What deck do I want to use for you guys? Kind of want to use Big Bertha for you guys. I think I'm going to use Big Bertha for you guys. Let's do it. So those of you who are new, Big Bertha is a combined deck of angels and ancestors and the Starseed Oracle. It's getting a little contrasty. Hold on, let me change the light. It's because the sun's going down. That's a little better. Ew, or is it? No, it's not. I will get a ringlet, I promise, at some point in time. Okay. Aries men and masculines, please. Any messages for Aries men and masculines? You guys are feeling pretty good. Feeling very silent. Almost want to say not even quiet, like silent. Silent. Are you guys intentionally not saying something? Oh, just dropped a bunch of cards. Hold on. Yes, silent. Why are you guys so silent? I almost feel like you're doing like the very strong silent thing. I actually feel like you're trying to hold space. It's almost like you're kind of aware there's a lot going on energetically. Like there's a lot going on. It's almost like there's tension in the air. So you're doing the silent thing, the strong, silent, masculine thing, almost like you're gauging the situation. Like you don't want to make a move until you can fully gauge the situation, is what I'm getting with you guys. Any messages from my Aries men and masculine energies? Any messages from my Aries men and masculine energies? Am I taking those? I am? Okay. So we had two that came out here. Oh! Okay. So we have Broken Arrow, embrace the energy of peace, which is funny because I kept getting silent with you guys. Like silent, 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 silent. Yeah, this card comes out when there is chaos. This card comes out when there is conflict afoot. And I feel like you're sensing it. I feel like you're sensing it and you're just kind of like, I'm just going to be the strong, silent type right now. Gauge what's going down and then act accordingly. It's like you kind of know that it's better for you to not make any moves. And it's funny because there's a card in here that does not belong in this deck. From this one, from Messages from the Mermaids, and it's the waiting card. That came out for a reason, so I'm just going to roll with it. That's literally what I was getting with you. It's like you're just kind of sitting still, understanding that there's chaos around you, understanding that there's conflict afoot, understanding there's tension, and it's like, ooh, better for me to just kind of sit here for a bit and not make any moves. We now have, ooh, Magic Guardian, unlock the magic within, and then White Witch. Be light. I don't feel like this is your energy. I don't feel like this is Aries masculine energy at all. I feel like this is what you're partly observing. The tension that's going on around you is in relation to feminine energy. So whether this is your personal feminine energy or an external feminine energy, that is what you are very aware of. You're very aware there's a lot going on with feminine energy, so you're kind of like, I don't need to do anything right now. Let me just be kind of silent. Let me just stand strong and things will be fine. I almost feel like a tornado-like energy of feminine energy like swirling up. It's kind of what I'm getting. Swirling up and rising with this. Excuse me. With Magic Guardian, that's literally a rise of energy, a rise of power, a rise to power. Excuse me. The White Witch card is literally about walking in light, walking in love, walking in compassion, and acting from that energy. It's almost like this is being learned. Yeah, so if you are resonating with both of these sides, with the feminine and the masculine, it's almost like your masculine energy is taking a back seat while your feminine energy is sorting stuff out, and your feminine energy is rising to power, rising and elevating into your own personal power. But it's hard. I can feel it. It's a challenge. It's a challenge, and it's a big energetic tornado. Yeah, it just feels like a building up of energy. And again, you could be observing this to someone external from you. Yeah, I just felt a little bit of that like push, a little bit of that competitive feminine push with this. This feels like a feminine energy coming into alpha female status. Like that's how this feels. Whether it's just an energetic alpha female or like within a group alpha female coming up. Yeah, masculine energy is taking a back seat here. So let's keep going. Any other messages for my Aries men and masculine energies? Can't believe this came out again. We have Spirit Fox. This came out in the Aqua birthday reading. Trust your talents in changing times. I just heard your position. Your position. Trust your position. A lot of hierarchical terminology here of like, you know, of alpha, backseat, and like kind of like know your place and rise to power. Yeah, trust your position is almost what I want to say with that, which is like feels strange to say that, but trust your position. I'm just gonna leave it there. Trust your position. Yeah, now it's here. Okay. Any other messages from my Aries men and masculine energies? So now we have, oh, this is nice. We literally have counterpart just came out. So we have Hunter, track down your fears and desires with karmic relationships, Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, and conflict with Shield Maiden, make plans and focus. The Shield Maiden and the Hunter I look at as kind of like the masculine to feminine counterparts of that particular energy. Hunter is more about like, if you can understand what you truly are afraid of, then you really can truly understand what's important to you. Because whatever you're afraid of losing, you clearly want to prioritize and you clearly care a lot about. Your fears will always lead you to what your fears will always lead you to what your real wants are and what your real desires are. Then we got karmic relationships nudging up against Shield Maiden. Shield Maiden is a very like proactive energy of literally making plans and making shit happen. Even though it is like a feminine portrayal, it is having a little bit of that masculine energy coming into play here. I keep getting that there's like, how do I say it? While masculine energy is taking a back seat and feminine energy is going through this rise of power, and rise into like alpha female, rise into bringing in healthy feminine to feminine dynamics while dealing with wounding around feminine to feminine dynamics. I feel like some of that wounding is also in relation to taking on too much masculine energy to be feminine, which is like kind of interesting to say it like that. Yeah, with karmic relationships, this can also imply that what is bringing a lot of this on in your circumstance is literally karmic relationships and just learning these lessons. Yeah, I do feel this energy with the feminine of like, of really harnessing true feminine power and getting away from taking on masculine traits to be powerful. That's what it is. That's what it is. Getting away from masculine traits to be powerful and stepping into true feminine power. That is what I'm feeling here. And addressing any fears that are in relation to people. Yeah, I'm getting fears with relationships with this. Fears with relationships and facing those, and that's going to lead you to what it is that's actually important to you and what really matters to you when it comes to relationships and when it comes to your own personal stance within relationships, especially the feminine to feminine dynamics. Again, a lot of the masculine energy is just observing, and I feel like holding space with the spirit fox. I keep getting position. Yeah, so Aries, if you're resonating with the masculine and the feminine, it seems like what's going on is that your masculine energy is just kind of like keeping you stable, keeping you strong, keeping you okay, while your feminine energy is going through this rise and surge of feminine power into like alpha female high priestess sort of status here. And it seems like there's a lot of addressing of fears around karmic relationships or fears around relationships in general. It seems like there's also a getting away from using masculine energy for your personal power, stepping into true feminine power as well, and all in the name of bringing in healthier feminine to feminine dynamics, which is really, really cool. Also, it seems like there's some focus on how you use your words and even possible affirmations you guys are going to be using for yourselves. I'm also thinking ritual with that. Okay. Oh, I forgot. Overall, deep cellular healing coming in on the masculine side. Underneath that, oh, I love it. Double mission. Lightworker starseed, serve the world by being you. A lot of people get caught up in like what my purpose is. What's my purpose? What's my purpose? Your purpose is to be yourself. That's all. That's it. Be yourself and face whatever fears you have, because that's going to lead you to what it is you really want, and what it is you really want and desire. That's just part of who you are. And fulfilling that, following that, living in that energy of I'm just going to do what makes me really happy and things that I really want for myself and what I want for other people. I just heard service to others. Some of you guys might be getting into service to others work-wise, or volunteer. Just heard volunteer. That is your purpose. That's your purpose. Just to be you. That deep cellular healing, I think, is mostly in relation to feminine energy, not even masculine. I feel so much of masculine just sitting strong, silent, and holding space. Like, you're holding space for your own feminine energy to go through this process. And if you're dealing with another person, this is happening in a dynamic, the person that you are identifying as masculine, because we're all both, is holding space for the feminine individual to come to this rise of power and to do this shadow work. Wow. Okay. Crystals. Crystal portion. Are we ready for crystal portion? Okay. So for those who are new, I used to do crystal readings for all the signs for every month. My life's just getting crazy, so I had to find a way to like kind of bring all the elements into one reading, and I'm liking these a lot so far. So I have 2 decks. I have Crystals, the Stone deck. I'm going to use both. This is the Crystal Wisdom Healing Oracle deck, also linked below. Let's use this one first. Any crystals? Oh. This one wanted to fly out. We'll see if it comes out again. It didn't feel right. I kind of laugh because that's about balancing masculine, feminine, but we'll see if it comes out again. It just didn't feel right. Any crystal recommendations for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter as it pertains to this spread? Or spreads, I guess. Ooh. Polychrome Jasper. I like that. I consider that to be the shaman stone. Getting dreams with that. Why am I getting dreams with this? Pay attention to dreams. That's kind of big right now for the collective. Really pay attention to your dreams. And I keep getting this like refocusing on your spiritual path. It landed right on top of, hold on. What's it called? Lady of the Stars and the Chartreuse. I keep getting ritual with this. So again, even if it's a ritual of just affirmations, positive affirmations, follow that. Spirituality doesn't have to be this like standard practice way that everyone does spirituality in the ways that they do it. Make it yours. I really want to say that. Like, make it uniquely yours. Okay. But yeah, really focusing on dreams, whatever's coming up in dreams, and of course your own spirituality as a wheel. Guess what came out again? Shiva Lingam. Ooh, and Mukite Jasper. That's also one that's about dreams and also realizing purpose. And you can tell these are kind of shaped very similarly, like the egg phallic symbol. Shiva Lingam balances masculine and feminine energies, also relates to Kundalini awakening. So say you guys will be going through some Kundalini energies. These three are a great combo together. They're all very earthy, all very grounding. All of these are really, really good for some deep spiritual work as well, and for finding your purpose. Your purpose. Yeah. So Polychrome Jasper, Shiva Lingam, and Mukite Jasper. We'll see if anyone else. We'll see if any others want to come out on this one. Any other recommendations for Aries as it pertains to these spreads? On the bottom, we have Aquamarine. That's a nice one. This will keep you calm. This will just chill you out. This is a lot to deal with, Aries, a lot, especially if you're going through this like feminine surgence, or you're the angry feminine panther, or you're, you know, all of that. This will just help you ride this out a little smoother. So I'm not surprised that came out. Let's move on to this one. Any other crystal recommendations for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter as it pertains to these spreads? It's getting contrasty, right? I keep feeling that way. Sorry, the lighting's gonna drive me nuts, so I get a ring light. Any other crystal recommendations? Ooh, like you need more fire, Aries. We have Topaz. I'm gonna read all of these once they come out, but yeah, Topaz like is a get up and go stamina sort of energy. You might need your stamina, but I actually feel a lot of fire with you. I feel a lot of that anger. I feel a lot of that like tornado spiraling of energy. So I'm surprised that that's out here, but it is out as a recommendation. So let's keep going. Danbarite. So if some of you guys are coming into this like feminine power by way of a spiritual experience, like an ascension or an expansion, Danbarite will really help you with this. Danbarite will also help you just get connected a little bit more to your higher self. It also is a crystal that's good for clearing and getting calm as well. But I feel like it's really out here for those of you who are going through a spiritual expansion, like an ascension or awakening, which is not going to be everybody. Okay. Oh, is this citrine? Oh, smoky quartz. Okay, I like it. I like that. I think that would really help the feminine energy in this. Smoky quartz, I kind of look at as like if you're going through a lot of crazy energetic transformations or just a transformation in general. It is a Scorpio stone. It just helps ride the ride out. It helps you to feel really strong during those times. Or if you're dealing with people who are making life hard on you when you're going through a lot, smoky quartz is great. Yeah, heavy focus on the feminine here. And then on the bottom, aquamarine again. Got aquamarine twice for the overall crystals. Doesn't hurt to have aquamarine. So I'm going to read these to you guys. So we have topaz. You guys know how that's spelled. Topaz is the world's hardest silicone-based mineral. Its name alludes to the Sanskrit word for fire. In the Middle Ages, it was believed to cure crazy. People who need it, anyone burning A, the midnight oil, B, the candle at both ends, C, bridges, or D, all the above. Where to put it, wherever the action needs to happen. When to use it, when you're aiming in the right direction, but keep misfiring. Passion is totally indispensable, but if you're not careful with it, it might burn you up. Call on topaz to transform wild obsessions into laser-like focus and burning desires into getting things done. Increase your fire power. Again, surprised this one came out, but if any of you are struggling... What did I just drop? Oh, one of the cards that came out. Hold on. Accidentally, my boob accidentally dragged it off the table. The Hunter with the Face Your Fears. Might take that a little bit as a sign. Yeah, because I feel like, again, you got a lot of fire right now. You are kind of worked up, and I feel like you actually need to ground and kind of chill to handle this process. But if any of you are struggling with your energy level, topaz is great. Okay. Now, Danbarite. Again, I feel like Danbarite came out for those of you who are actually going through some sort of expansion or ascension process, not necessarily for everybody. Danbarite, like the beta blockers in Grandma's medicine cabinet, Danbarite's twinkling, effervescent energy takes the edge off with its serious feel-good vibes. Who needs it? Who needs it? Who needs it? Emos, goths, buttoned-up white-collar stress cases, where to put it, wherever you want to do some elevated thinking, feeling, dreaming, or being. When to use it, when the daily grind has ground you into the pavement, when you feel like launching into space but lack astronaut training. Vibing with Danbarite can help divert your busy mind away from its pesky, physics-ruled orientation. There's somewhere else out there. Flip on the high beams and explore. Turn on your electric light. Going into smoky quartz, again, I feel like this is going to really help, especially if your environment is like really causing you to struggle during this whole processing of all of this stuff that we've gone over. Yeah, and especially those of you going through some kind of expansion or ascension or just like massive transformation within yourself, especially if it's like also your identity, this will just help keep you strong during this transformation. So smoky quartz. Ranging from almost clear to nearly black, smoky quartz pairs the clarity-inducing vibes of clear stones with the protective do not cross over this line vibes with black ones. People who need it, the glass half empty types and space cadets. Where to put it, on a chain around your neck or hidden in your pocket whenever you're certain to find difficult people in your path, family dinner tables, conference rooms, subway cars. When to use it, when you fall prey to emotional vampires, when you're just too spacey and can't even, when you're embarking on a spiritual journey or a journey to pick up your dry cleaning, extra points if you're thinking what's the difference. Arm your spiritual warrior. And then, like I said, aquamarine, I think, definitely came out as like a chill factor to help just stay calm through all of this. And also to kind of help ground and just relax because it's a lot. It's a lot, especially on the feminine energy here or the feminine aspect of yourself. Oopsie. Aquamarine. Aquamarine is the fancy type of blue beryl, and it's a powerful coolant for the head and the heart. Who needs it? Those who run hot, fire signs. Hi, Aries. Anybody hanging on to an unspoken burning desire. Where to put it, wherever you need to turn that whisper into a primal scream, or if that's a little overly dramatic, wherever you want to speak clearly and calmly from the heart. When to use it, when you've lost your voice, when it's past time to let it go, or when you're feeling a little too en fuego for polite company. Ice yourself down with aquamarine's cold shower vibes. Keep your cool. So just to show you one last time, polychrome jasper, Shiva lingam, mookaite jasper, and aquamarine. And then over here, topaz, danbarite, and smoky quartz. And then again, aquamarine. Oh, Aries. I will pull one final card as like just like general advice. We'll see what comes out. I feel like we've talked a lot. We've hung out a lot today. But let's take a peek. Can I get one card of advice for Aries, Sun, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter as it pertains to the spread? Can I get a card for Aries for advice for these spreads today, just to close out the reading? Any last bit of advice for Aries, Sun, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter? We have Imagine. Look at all that blue, all that calming energy. And there's a moon there, feminine energies. 20 breaking down to a 2. 2 is that duality, 2 is that balance. Again, big theme here of balancing and really letting feminine energy rise into this like very powerful state while masculine energy is doing the supportive, awesome thing. Imagine is exactly how it sounds. It's like, let yourself go there. Let yourself go to places you've never been before. Let yourself go to the impossible places or the impossible way of being or what you thought was impossible. Oh, I didn't even see that. It looks like a female is literally holding the moon. And I like that it's not a full moon or like a new moon. It's like that crescent phase. It's almost like holding the line between creative fantasy imaginings and like hardcore reality, like letting yourself go there, but also keeping yourself grounded, which is actually really cool. Yeah, that's actually what I'm getting with this. That's what I'm getting with this. I also feel a lot of like letting yourself move out of pessimistic energy, like letting yourself move out of like cynicism and like negative thinking, negative thought forms, things that like keep like thought forms and words and energies that really keep you down, keep you restricted, keep you feeling like you're stuck in a box when you don't have to be. It's very disempowering, right? To be in that energy. And we all do it from time to time. We're all human. But I am getting that with this as well. Okay. All right, Aries, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed your reading. I hope you guys got a lot out of it, and I will see you soon. Don't forget to check out Vimeo and Patreon. Everything else you need is linked below for your convenience. And have a good night. Namaste.